Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today's video is all about the spotted lanternfly. It's June 2024. As of right now, there's no effective organic means of treating the spotted lanternfly. And even if there were an organic treatment, it's still going to be at risk at killing good insects. So today I'm using 7. It's a chemical. There are many different chemicals that will kill the spotted lanternfly. I would just look up treatments for spotted lanternfly and pick what you like the best out of all of them. I don't like using chemicals typically, but I really don't have a choice. I'm using 7 because it doesn't last on the leaves as long as the other chemicals. So I'm going to contact the spotted lanternfly nymph and kill them off. Now, let's take a look at what they look like. These are trees of heaven. The spotted lanternfly loves them, lays eggs on there in the fall, they hatch. Right now the trees are covered with nymphs. I'll show you what they look like. There's another tree all the way up there, you know, and people say, well, cut down the tree. There's so many of these around here, it's just not practical. I will be removing a lot of my trees. But here's what they look like at the nymph stage. And they hatch, they grow slowly, so you have time to reduce the population. I am in the state of Maryland. Spotted lanternfly now have a big pin in the map saying arrived all over the place. This is what the nymphs look like. They're black with tiny white spots on there. They grow slowly and they congregate on the stems, well, on the tips of plants. And in this case, it's the tree of heaven. I will put in some close-ups so you can see what they look like. But if I try and tap those, they hop, they jump, they're really fast. So I like to just contact this space right here with the 7, the chemical spray. Again, what you decide to use is up to you. And that will kill them. And I do this regularly every day, looking for them to kind of collect on the tips, and then I'm just reducing the population. I use a sprayer, it's set with the jet stream, you know, and I just start and spray them. And that's going to kill off the ones that it contacts. There's an example of one that hopped all the way over there. Here's some more right in there. And again, they grow slowly. So I'll be doing treatments at the end of the year, maybe at the base of trees. I'm going to start earlier next year and just looking for those and just spraying them down. I'm trying not to get the chemical everywhere that they're not. But it's really a selective use of a chemical that will harm good and bad insects. All sprays do that. It doesn't matter if it's organic, doesn't matter if it's human-made chemical. There's more straight back there. Now the tree of heaven is starting to flower, so I'm out here early. It's about 7 a.m. The bees are just starting to come out. You really want to come out when the sun first comes up. The pollinators aren't out. You're not going to be necessarily contacting them with the wet sprays. And I'm not going to say that the dry chemical sprays on the flowers won't harm the good insects, because they will. But you really have to make choices on how you deal with an invasive species that really doesn't have any natural predators. So early morning spraying, the earlier the better. And I will do this every morning. So probably just from today's spraying of those couple of places, I probably knocked out, you know, 50 to 100 spotted lanternflies. We are closer to my main garden, and this is an apple tree, and there's a spotted lanternfly nymph right there. They're going to spread to your different trees. We're going to spray my muscadines in a second. I have muscadines and grapes. That's what they're going to be feeding on as they get larger, become adults. That's a tree of heaven there. I'm actually going to be removing that tree. I'm not going to be able to remove all of them. I'm not going to come out and spray every tree. I'm not going to coat my apple trees in chemical sprays, any kind of spray, organic or not, to kill things, because it's going to kill the good insects. I'm going to use this method of a stream right to where the lanternflies congregate on trees. If there was a mass of lanternflies right here, I would spray it. But for one, you know, give it a quick spray. Don't even like doing that. But I want to get them all in one place, hit them real quick with the spray, kill them off. But I'm not going to cover everything. I just don't want to kill off the beneficial insects that way. And again, you really want to start your spraying like 6 a.m. before the bees come out. Let's go over to the muscadines. For the grapes and muscadines, I'm going to use a fine spray on them. And again, there's risk that you're going to damage or kill off the really good insects. But there were hundreds, and I just get in with a sprayer and just put in a fine mist spray in there, trying to contact all the spaces. I'm not going to be able to see, you know, the lanternfly nymphs in there, but I will just reach up and just get a nice mist in there. There were hundreds of lanternflies throughout my muscadines. So I started spraying this group 2 days ago. So every other day, I'm going to spray lightly. Every third day, maybe every fourth day, as I see the population drop. But every morning, I'm coming out to the trees of heaven, and I'm looking for them to, again, collect on the ends of the branches, and I'm hitting them with the jet stream. Now, there is a reason that I say I'm 95% organic, because I try and be 100% organic, but at times I have to use something stronger. And for me, again, organic gardening is really about using tons of organic compost, and then using organic means when you can, when it's effective, when it works. The pollinators are starting to come out, so I'm going to stop my spraying for today, and I will come back out tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., check out my grapes, my muscadines, other plants. But again, I'm not spraying that throughout my garden. I'm targeting the plants, the trees that they go to, the tree of heaven, the grapes, the muscadines. And my only goal is really to greatly reduce the amount of adult lanternflies that are going to show up, and I'm going to hope for the best. I should have probably started this 3-4 weeks ago. Now that I know what the lanternfly nymph looks like, first time they've really showed up in force in my garden, I'm going to start spraying in the beginning of May to really try and get the population under control. And I want to stress again, chemicals are not the favorite choice of gardeners. In some cases, sometimes you have to use them. This is my grapevine that was sprayed earlier. There are no nymphs on here. What you're trying to do is really reduce feeding, reduce the adult population, and just really keep damage down to a minimum. The grapevines were sprayed top and bottom, same with the muscadines. I want to stress again, targeted spraying early in the morning. It is the least damaging of the worst options of having to come out and spray. The lanternflies are throughout this space. This is my perennial flower bed. I want to attract pollinators and good insects. If I come out here and I spray everything, I'm going to wipe out so many of the good guys that it's really not worth it. So again, I'm focusing on targeted spraying to really manage the population down of the spotted lanternfly. You don't want to go crazy and spray everything. You want to learn what insect you're after and target it. I know that this is a difficult decision for many of us. I just wanted to do a video that actually gives you an option of treatment on reducing the population of the spotted lanternfly, which I probably said 50 times. I don't want to be a garden channel which just says, oh, use organic, just do this, just do that. It's great 90% of the time, but there's a 5-10% period in your gardens when you might have to use something stronger. So I wanted to show you how to use the chemical sprays. And again, as of June 2024, there is no option that's a great option for managing the spotted lanternfly. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. And don't feel bad if you have to go to something stronger to save your garden. Use it wisely, learn how it works, and make informed choices. Thanks for watching.